How's it going, everybody? Yeah. I can't sing. I'm sorry. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. We're starting the live stream here. We're going to be having Cake Wallets. They're currently trying to get on the live stream right now, but we're going to go ahead and just do a quick introduction, guys. You should know the format by now. People who are new, we had the links posted in our extended live stream out there on like YouTube and X and everywhere else. So please join if you want to be part of this conversation. We love the interaction. It's so great having you guys here. Let's get this party started. All right, guys, for those who don't know, THORChain is the world's largest Bitcoin DEX. You can swap Bitcoin with 10 different blockchains across 39 different pools, soon to be 11 blockchains, by the way. Solana is going to be starting here very shortly. Without using bridges or wrap tokens, it's all real layer one, guys. Check it out at swap.thorchain.org. Anyone in the world can use THORChain. There is no account to open, no KYC required. THORChain has two tokens, Rune and TCY. The fees for swapping on THORChain are paid in Rune, and that's where the yield comes from. The fees are deducted from swaps to purchase Rune, so you don't need to own Rune to trade on THORChain. Pretty cool design. 10% of the protocol's revenue goes to TCY token holders. You need to stake the TCY tokens in order to collect this yield. There are 0 inflationary block rewards on THORChain. Their yield is real money paid by real users, real customers, you guys. Rune is also deflationary at 5%. The revenue, 5% of the protocol revenue is turned into Rune and then burned. THORChain is turning into a full layer one with the ability to create smart contracts on it, similar to Ethereum. The community calls this the app layer, and it's being developed on Rujira. If you would like to become a node operator and need some help, reach out to @Runetard on X. He can help you get set up and find bond providers. I'll help you as well. And you can also have your node on runebond.com. If you need help with THORChain in general, join the THORChain community Discord and Telegram group. The links are on thorchain.org. If you are a Go developer and would like to work on THORChain, please reach out to Chad Barraford on X. Guys, please follow the THORChain accounts on Facebook and Instagram, THORChain Contact on TikTok. We need 1,000 followers to live stream on those platforms. Please follow them so we can do that as well. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial investment or legal advice, you guys. With that out of the way, my name is Denny. I go by PatriotSounds as well on X. I'm also a help on runebond.com, where we host node operators and try to get them BPs for the THORChain ecosystem. Kenton, my man, how is it going, buddy?
I'm good, man. Thanks. Yeah, all is well. Just slugging away. Still working on the website and front end. I was actually playing with the front end last night for a few hours, trying some different things. Sent some tweaks and updates to the devs. They've been busy working on changing the look so that it fits in with our new main website. So that changing the colors, changing the fonts, stuff like that. And so it's coming along. And same with the main website. It was totally getting overhauled, redone. And so we're going back and forth on that right now. So hopefully we're already behind schedule. So, I'm guessing it's in a matter of question of weeks, so hopefully we'll be done that soon. And I see Vic just joined us. Thanks, man. Glad to have you here. Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Vic, I don't know if you remember, Vic. I got some receipts here. Back in 2022, the Litecoin Summit, I actually met you in person. I don't expect you to remember me. That was a long time ago. We have both aged considerably due to the market, I know. But it's so good seeing you again, man. I'm so happy you're here with us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I thought this was going to be an X space, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then you sent me the link, so
well,
I had to put on a shirt. Yeah,
I put on a shirt for you.
Hey, so, I put on a cake. I know this is not the same brand, but I'm trying, my brother. I'm trying. Okay, I have something called cake in my wardrobe.
You know what happened to me? You know what happened to me last night? That new bank, Erebor. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. By Palmer Luckey. They had an event at the New York Stock Exchange last night, and I missed the part on the invitation which said black tie. So I went there with a black
Oh,
sweater on. Everybody else was in black tie, and the women were in gowns and stuff.
oh.
But it's still great. It turned out really
Yeah,
good.
nice, nice. Well, at least he had a black. At least
Well,
your hoodie was
that's
black. It wasn't. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
stick out
exactly.
too
They just had a
much.
black
If you
sweater
wore a
on.
white one,
Yeah,
that would have been.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. Go there with the
Thematically, you
so.
were good enough, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
It's
So
good.
Vic, do you remember Denny then? Because he wasn't sure if you'd remember him or not.
I think so.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a bad memory. Don't.
oh, me
No,
too.
you're good.
Me too,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Don't
But
worry. Well, I remember because you're one of the first people, because I was a little newer back then, right? You were one of the first really significant people that I tried to introduce THORChain to. And I want to say this is not me kissing your butt. I don't kiss anyone's butt, guys. Whenever I talk about someone, I just be 100% true. The Cake Wallet team were so receptive to me, and they listened to me, and they gave me the time of day. I cannot tell you how many teams I tried to tell them, like, hey, you can integrate THORChain, and you guys can earn money just by providing a service. And they totally
Yeah.
blew me off. Not the Cake Wallet guys. The Cake Wallet guys were really warm and friendly, so I always appreciated that about you, man. You're a solid
I'm
dude.
glad. I'm glad to hear that. And we did implement THORChain.
Yes, you did.
I think it's paused right now, but yeah, it's in there.
We let's get into that in a
That's good
second.
to hear. I'm glad the team received you well and received your message well. That's great to hear.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'd like to talk about that, but I think let's first maybe Denny and I can introduce ourselves to you, Vic, and then you can introduce yourself to the THORChain audience, and we can get maybe like a little history background on Cake Wallet, and then we can talk more about the THORChain integration pause. So I'll start. Just to let you know, I'm a node operator on THORChain, and I started a marketing team to promote THORChain, and so I'm helping build a new front end and new website we we're just talking about, and trying to get new users and on THORChain. And Denny and I have been hosting this THORChain. We used to do spaces for like almost a year now. We just kept getting rugged. It kept being problematic and issues. And people love to see our faces, right? Live stream. And now, so we just moved to live streaming like a couple weeks ago. But we've been doing these spaces now. We do 2 a week. We've been doing them now for the last several months. And every Saturday we try and get on a wallet or a website or an existing partner or potential partner to learn more about them. So appreciate you joining us here. And I'll pass it on to Denny, introduce himself.
Yeah, I've been, Vic, when I first met you back in 2022, I was an educator for THORChain, but I was very new, right? I'm still an educator for THORChain. I've learned a lot since then, and I keep doing it. I love this space. I love DeFi. I love the cross-chain infrastructure they're building. I love something that, I don't mean to shit on another project, but Paul from Edge Wallet said, and I think it's resemblance of all of us. Like, we all have a very similar ethos, and we all are essentially working on the same thing, but we're meeting in the middle. Right? You guys are trying to provide an amazing product, right? To help free and liberate the world. I know you guys support Monero, and I'll let you talk more about that. But educator for THORChain, and I can't get enough of this. I love the space. I love all the people working into it, and it's such a pleasure to have you today. So with that being said, Vic, I'm going to go ahead and kick it to you, my friend. What is Cake Wallet? What can you tell us about it? Give us the intro.
First of all, I agree with you. I love this space. I mean, I wake up for crypto. I wake up for Cake Wallet, of course. And I wonder, like, what the heck would I be doing? Probably still focusing more on steel, I guess. But yeah, Cake Wallet, we started building Cake Wallet in 2017, and we launched January of 2018. So it's been 8 years. I mean, we've been around a long time. And as you mentioned, we started with Monero. It was a Monero only wallet, and then we added Bitcoin and Litecoin and a bunch of
Oh, wow.
lots of other things. But yeah, the first goal was to make Monero easy to use, and in the bigger picture, make crypto easy to use, easy to receive, easy to send, easy to hold, easy to just get set up, right? Because back then, 2016, especially for Monero, you had to be pretty techy to use Monero. And I built Cake Wallet initially because I just wanted Monero in my iPhone. Uh, and we put it out. I put it out to Monero community, and like I said, in the first week we got like 1,000 downloads, and I thought, oh, this is real. I gotta hire support staff and more devs and all that. And a couple months ago, we actually crossed 1 million downloads, so that was pretty exciting.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
that was fun.
That-
Yeah, touch wood.
That's fantastic. So, okay, this is the thing I love. There's a problem. You wanted Monero on your phone, and then you built the working solution. And that's just how products are just instantly marketable, right? You are essentially driving the industry further. It's like guys like you that are pushing the envelope. You know what I mean? You were just like, that is such a great story. I love hearing that stuff where I want this, and someone takes the initiative, and they just friggin' build the thing, right? And now product market fit, right? You've got 1 million downloads, and honestly, I think that's just the beginning for Cake Wallet.
I think that's a message for anyone listening. You always think somebody should do this. Well, that somebody can be you. You could be that somebody to do it. So it's great. It's been fun. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I have so much fun with it. I mean, my team is great. Our users are great. I love talking to our users, as you see on Twitter. So it's I'm having a ball. But coming from that Monero ethos, right, all about privacy, we've been able to be the first to apply that same ethos to other chains, like Bitcoin, for example. We were the first ones to add silent payment, the first one to add working pay join version 2, and we added MWeb for Litecoin. We were the first ones to do that. I know Seth is talking to various Ethereum solutions for bringing privacy to Ethereum as well. So we love experimenting. We like being the first. If somebody comes to us and says, "Hey, this has never been done. Would you be interested in doing this and experimenting and being guinea pig?" We're like, "Hell yeah, we'll jump on it."
So I'm curious, with
yeah.
you said you hit 1 million downloads. I mean, Monero is one of the few coins that actually been holding up and doing well, especially over this last year. Like, do you find the downloads, is it pretty highly correlated with sentiment in the sector, or is it correlated with, say, like the Monero price? Like, have you seen? I'm kind of curious, like, or has Cake Wallet just been steadily getting more downloads?
Steadily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the download numbers on a monthly basis, and since launch, we have grown month over month. We have never had a flat or down month. We've just
wow.
continuously grown. Yeah. I mean, for when we added Monero is growing pretty well. But to be honest with you, when we added Bitcoin, that's when it really took off in terms of download, because that Bitcoin to Monero swap is still very popular. It's probably the most popular pair in Cake Wallet that our partners tell us about. And that gets us to THORChain, right? I mean, I know THORChain gets a lot of heat for not adding Monero, but I tell people, I mean, we had so many talks with JP back in, I guess, 2020, 21, 22, 23, something like that, about adding Monero, and he's a big fan of Monero, and he really tried, I have to say. He really looked at it to get it done. I'm not probably the right technical person to discuss why it wasn't added or why it can't be added, maybe, but I got to give it up to THORChain guys. I mean, you guys really did look at it seriously.
I think it's
really
still
hard.
it's a handful. It's one half hard, and the other half the political will within the community, right? I think there's still. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with THORChain, but like the way it works is each node has to run a full node of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatever blockchains we support. And so you're kind of forced to support each node on THORChain is forced to support each token. And but there's concern that maybe some nodes don't want to support Monero because they're just worried about potential blowback or whatever. So we're trying to move towards an update where nodes can choose which chains they actually support. So they can actually opt out of Monero if they don't feel comfortable with it. And the ones that are comfortable can stay. And so I think that's been kind of part of maybe the community wants to get that done first, so that if the nodes are uncomfortable, if some nodes are uncomfortable with Monero, we don't actually lose them. They still continue to support the rest of the network, just not Monero. And then the nodes that do support Monero can. And so kind of a nice compromise.
Yeah.
And I feel like with that, we can get past like the political part in THORChain, if people are comfortable or not, and then just becomes technical, which
Yeah.
I keep hearing it can be done, it can't be. It's you know, my experience with devs so
Yeah.
far is they always tell me they can, and then 6 months later, yeah, well, this came up and that happened, and so yeah.
It's hard
Exactly.
because THORChain has to guarantee solvency, right? And with the obfuscation of XMR, and I know then they make some recent changes to ring signatures, or some changes are coming. It's hard for me
Coming
to
up,
keep up on
yeah.
all this.
Full chain
Yes,
membership proofs is coming like in maybe 4 to 6 months. So
there you
hopefully
go.
it should be done in 4 to 6 months. So it's probably good to wait anyway, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. That's actually a good.
Yeah.
That actually makes me feel a little better. And to the audience who are listening, it's like THORChain actually made a very serious attempt to add XMR. It was called Black Protocol. It was a fork of THORChain just to see if we can get it working. And we just ran into some really technical things, like THORChain has to guarantee solvency, and we just couldn't figure out a way to make it work safely. I think with the updated libraries of what I'm hearing, and like Kenton said as well, that this is becoming more and more feasible. Personally, I desperately want XMR
Yeah, me too.
on THORChain
Yeah.
because we're adding Zcash, right? Like
Yeah.
we're already doing the privacy thing, right?
We-
It's a done deal.
Are you adding shielded Zcash?
No, my protocol is doing that.
Yes, they already done it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're already done. Yeah, and for now it's just unshielded Zcash. I personally would love to go to shielded. Like in my opinion, we're on the front lines. We got to keep pushing forward, and we just I think strong offense is a good defense, and so I hope we do this.
Yeah.
Vic,
By the way, we decided Zcash a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you saw that.
that's what I
nice.
wanted to
I
ask
did
you.
not.
Yeah, okay. Is there a reason it's
Yeah.
taken you a while to support it?
Initially, there's just some things about Zcash we weren't too excited about, like the trusted setup, things like that. But once Orchard came out, I mean, it's always been in the back of my mind to add it. And the Monero community is probably our biggest user base, and it was definitely a controversial move on our part. Some folks love it, some folks hate it. I think I've made enemies on both communities.
Why? I don't understand why is it controversial? Is it like a maxi thing? Like,
Yeah, I think some tribalism, maxi thing. Some folks in the Monero community don't feel Orchard, Zcash is good enough for privacy, and some folks in the Zcash world feel Monero is not private. And I let the cryptographers debate that. I mean, as far as I know, Orchard to Orchard works, and why not use it? You may have issues with the foundation and blah blah blah, but just from a pure tech perspective, I think it works. So after bashing Zcash for so many years, I finally added it. So of course I'm getting pushback from that as well. But we put near intents in for Zcash shielded swaps, and that volume is growing like crazy. So regardless of the noise you hear in social media and all that, it seems like people are using it. So which I'm happy to see.
yeah. It blows my mind
but,
that people who believe in privacy also want censorship. I mean, if you don't like Zcash, don't use it. If you don't like Monero, don't use it. Like, it's just turn it off.
Yeah.
Ignore it. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, at Bitcoin conferences, I hear from Bitcoin maxis even, hey, if you didn't have all those shitcoins on your wallet, I would use it. It's really good for Bitcoin. I'm like, you know what?
I've heard that so many times.
I'm like, you can turn everything off in Cake. You can just go into Cake Wallet
Yeah.
and just say, I only want Bitcoin, and use it purely as a Bitcoin wallet,
Yeah.
or purely as a Litecoin wallet, or purely as blah blah blah. So, yeah, we live in a multi-coin world, right? It's hard to turn.
Well, if
anything
you
around
listen
right
to
now.
any one of those maxis, whether it be the Bitcoin or the XMR maxis, you would be reducing your own market share and your own ability to compete. So you can't win on the reputation front. It's like no matter what you do, if you want to be successful, you're going to draw hate, right? So I would just tell everyone out there, like Kenton's right, like especially on this privacy front, this is not the time for tribalism, right? Just support every privacy coin we can, and the meritocracy will carry the day, right? Whoever's got the best implementation, the most user-friendly interface, the best tech, they will win. So if you believe you have the best tech, don't worry about the competition. Just drive forward, right? Whether you're XMR or Zcash or Xano or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just execute, raw execution, and do fine. This is not the time to fight each other. We have much
Exactly.
bigger fish to fry.
Exactly. So I'm calling myself the uniter of the Monero and Zcash communities. Let's see how
Nice. Nice.
Papa Vic, baby,
jokingly, I
bringing
say
everyone
that, yeah.
together.
Exactly.
Well, is how many
Come
tokens
for
does
a big hug.
Sorry?
Sorry. I just said, come in for a big hug. I'm just gonna go ahead.
There
What
you
are
go.
gonna say?
Well, how
Just
many
talking
tokens
crap.
does Cake Wallet support?
Let's see. So, I mean, of course, Monero, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, Zcash, Tron, Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Base, Arbitrum, Polygon, Nano, Decred, Xano.
There you go.
Um,
Did you count them?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. Yep.
and then, like,
That's a lot.
I assume, like, with Ethereum, then you can have all the ERC20s, right? Can go
Oh
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
same. Yeah,
Yeah. Even there's even an NFT browser in there,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can
yeah.
see all your
Yeah,
NFTs.
okay.
You can add your token.
Yeah.
You know, for like Solana and Ethereum, we have X stocks, for example. You can add that and start buying Apple in a decentralized way. And
Yeah.
we got Jupiter. There's a decentralized exchange in there for Solana. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty rich app now that I think about it. And today we just released a beta for Lightning.
Oh, nice.
Bitcoin Lightning.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a beta link so you can reserve your Lightning name. We're giving cake.cash, so it'll be like Denny at cake.cash or Kenton at cake.cash, so you can reserve
Nice.
that before somebody swipes it.
Cool.
So that should be exciting.
Nice, man. Thanks.
So you mentioned Near. So you guys have Near
Yeah.
Intense, but and you have THORChain Pause. What? Can we get into that? Why you pause THORChain?
THORChain got paused because of some support issues. There's some trades that just weren't going. I don't know the full details, but I can get that. But I think just some trades weren't going through or just going into the ether. So I don't know what the issue was, but we paused it. But we can get your tech team together with our team and figure out what was going on.
And
There's a solution.
do you have a direct integration with THORChain, or are you using SwapKit?
I think it's direct. It's direct.
Let's definitely,
Okay.
if you're open, I promise this wasn't to ambush you or anything like that. We wanted to chat
great.
with you, learn about Cake Wallet. If you don't want THORChain on, that's fine, it's your choice. But if it is just
No, it's not
something of
that.
like,
Obviously we put it.
yeah, if it is something we can talk and maybe fix some things, maybe there's misunderstanding
Yeah.
or we can do better.
I'd love that.
Me too, right? Because if you're still like, nah, Kenton, or no THORChain, you guys got to do this and this first, and we can't. That's fine, that's fair. But at least we know, right? We know what we can fix, what to improve, and
Yeah.
because I feel like, especially you in the Cake Wallet community of all people, should appreciate that THORChain doesn't censor. So, and it's frustrating to hear if you've had trades that didn't go through. It's kind of have you heard of
Yeah,
it?
and you guys got to look out for your user base.
Yeah.
So,
That's not good.
that's what it is.
And who knows? Maybe it was our issue. I don't know. But definitely, let's get our teams together and sort it out. I mean, THORChain's. I'm a huge fan of THORChain, obviously. Known JP for a long time, and would love to get that going again.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, THORChain, it is a really complex protocol. It's approaching 700,000 lines of code, and this is real layer one, guys. It's real layer one. As Kenton said earlier, all nodes run daemons of each supported chain. So whenever you have a transaction go through THORChain, it is real layer one to real layer one. This has been the most complicated journey for THORChain ever. Back in 2021 at ChaosNet, we were like bleeding out of our eyeballs with all these edge cases and all these idiosyncrasies with each chain, all these consensus issues. Right, there was so many things to fix. THORChain has made a lot of progress, but so yeah, that's why, guys. Especially when we have new chains, sometimes we have these little quirks. But I'm just so happy to see that the code base is just continuing to get hardened and hardened and hardened and more reliable. So yeah, definitely looking forward to reach out to that because that's what we want, right? We want a permissionless future, right? No KYC, right? This is you guys adding XMR. You guys are the privacy guru, right? You see the writing on the wall. You guys have been on the forefront of pushing this issue. So now you guys are up to 16. I don't remember how many blockchains you had supported back in 2022, but I don't remember it was a lot. So you guys have been freaking growing like mad since then, man. Like, yeah, like I'm trying to remember. I thought it was a handful back in the day, and now you guys like, support
2022
almost
was probably just Monero, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. Those are probably
right,
the only three.
right.
Yeah. Maybe
So
Ethereum, but I
saying you
don't
have
remember.
16 now, that blows me away. Freaking well done. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks. We're trying not to add everything. Trying to be picky, and the team pushes back. I'm like, let's add everything, and the team pushes back a lot. They're very they want to really curate what we offer, and we don't charge coins to be in Cake Wallet. We do it on merit, and we do it on how solid they are. So I know now we're going to get a lot of messages, but you're not adding this and this.
Well, in your
Dude, the hate mail never ends.
in your defense, your team it does require updates, right? It's not as simple as just adding it, then you're done.
Yeah.
You have to continuously update and
Maintain it.
support it and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Oh,
And
like
then there's,
guy on
we-
THORChain, it hard forks every 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Which is, oh my gosh, it's always doing that though. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. But more to come, I guess.
So Vic,
What else? What else you got?
I'm curious. I know Seth for Privacy joined Cake Wallet, right? And I like him on Twitter too. Following him for a long time. Great first principles thinker, and he's on the right side of history. And I know before he used to kind of he was with Samurai Wallet, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh no. Okay, then maybe. Sorry, I apologize. But
He's a big fan of Samurai. He's a
maybe
big
that's
fan
what
of
he's a
Samurai
fan.
Wallet, like I am as well. Yeah.
So I'm curious. I forget what's his name. Rodriguez.
Keon.
Yeah, you got in a bit of trouble there. Like in my mind, after Samurai Wallet is Cake Wallet, like another freedom type wallet. Are you guys are you doing anything similar to what Samurai Wallet was doing? And are you worried about anything and the heat coming on you guys?
So even though we're not doing what they're doing, but we are pushing privacy. It concerns us. It concerns us less today than it did, like let's say 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It seemed like during Gensler's time, or that period, enforcement would happen first, and then you try to figure out what laws you broke, or what gray area. What gray area did you live in, right? So yeah, that fear was always there, and maybe I shouldn't relax today, but I feel a little less stressed out than I was 4 or 5 years ago or 3 years ago. But in comparison to Samurai, and I'm not saying what they did was wrong, or I'm not saying that. I'm just comparing what we're doing differently. They were actually running a mixer type of thing, as I understand, Whirlpool, where we are not doing that. We're not running any mixer. You don't even have to connect to our nodes or anything. You can connect to your own node. But things like Monero offer privacy on the protocol level. My team always makes fun of me because on podcasts I say, they've actually made a meme about me. It says it's on protocol level. So. But Monero, the privacy, Zcash privacy, everything happens on L1. There's no third party needed. There's no server needed there's no mixer needed to do anything like that. When you download Cake Wallet, it's the app and your node, or your node of choice. We're not doing anything. Having said that, could some politician or law enforcement come and say, well, you are perpetuating it or something? Who knows? That, of course, that could happen, but it's different. It's different than Samurai. And I do hope, something changes for them and then they get out of jail, because it's just, it's BS.
Yeah.
To label them as a money transmitter or money services business, it's a reach.
Yeah.
This this conversation, what you're saying right there resonates with me with so well. THORChain spent so many dev cycles building a defensive posture, right? Because it was the ambiguity of law enforcement, of the agencies, right, of Gensler. And there are so many redundancies to THORChain. It made THORChain really resilient, but we were just trying to figure out a way how to survive, right? So there's a lot of strength in THORChain, but a lot of the innovation, I think, was cut. We missed opportunity because of the defensive posture. It's okay, though. It means we have a really good foundation, and we're rocking and rolling today. But that resonates me so well, what you're saying, because you just didn't know if you were doing something wrong, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it was ludicrous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even Cake Wallet at that time, I moved it. I moved the company and the intellectual property and everything, and the apps, everything overseas, because I don't know, are you violating some rule or law you didn't know? I don't know.
What your
Maybe it's time to bring it back to the U.S. I don't know. Yeah.
what jurisdiction did you choose?
So actually, of all people, Roger Ver advised me on that. I moved it to Nevis, St. Kitts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there you go.
They have a foundation
Yeah.
structure there.
It's an LLC.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Cake Wallet's an LLC.
Traditional. Nice. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, Cake Wallet's a for profit, or even though we're open source and all that, but
Yeah.
it's an LLC. It's a company.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Go ahead, Kenton.
No, you go. You go.
Well, so okay, so like in the future, do you guys have something you want to plan? Like, you have these, you offer swaps we established. Do you want to do like any DeFi primitives at all? Like maybe like taking loans on Cake Wallet, or
Yep.
or you have like, yeah? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I can tell you the immediate stuff we're going to do. Of course, Bitcoin Lightning today beta. For the rest of the year, I definitely want to focus on our desktops, make those wallets as equally robust and useful as our mobile apps. But getting to your question regarding kind of like neo-banking stuff, as you're saying, the lending and borrowing protocols and Earn, we definitely want to get those in there. Seth is very principled, which I love. He wants to make sure everything is truly self-custody. Everything is
He's a purist.
completely. He's a purist. So I mean, he I'm like, what about this? And he's like, no. So we're actually coming up next week. We're talking to some Earn products, which offer completely on-chain, self-custodial, blah blah blah. So hopefully we'll get something in there. We do have it for D-Euro right now. It's a Euro stablecoin, D-Euro. And I think it's a fixed 10% return. You can go to deuro.com, but you can you link your Cake Wallet to it within the app. You don't have to go to the website. So you could start earning on your D-Euro today. Even though we don't have something for, let's say, stable coins right now, we have Wallet Connect, so you can connect your Cake Wallet to whatever you want, whatever you use, Aave, Compound, whatever earn borrowing lending protocols you use. You can start doing that today, but hopefully in app we should have more features later this year.
So you mentioned neobank. Are you guys thinking about like fiat on and off ramps?
Not yet. I mean, I think for that there'd be a lot of steps, like moving the company back to the U.S. or maybe forming a MSB here and try to get MTLs in each state. I mean, it's such a tedious long process and expensive. I don't think we're there yet. I think our partners like MoonPay, OnRamper, all those guys that do offer fiat on-ramp, off-ramps, they're working great in Cake Wallet, very popular. So I don't think that's something we need to jump on right away. But third-party tools we're open to. Actually, one third-party tool MoonPay has called Iron, I-R-O-N, where you get a virtual bank account and you can give that to TradFi people, and they can wire you money and you'll get stablecoin in your Cake Wallet. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, nice.
If you're a freelance, if you're a business, and somebody doesn't want to give you crypto, now you can just give them a regular Swift or ACH or whatever, IBAN, and get stablecoin. I think that'll be great.
I think so too. Yeah, I think that's for wallets especially. I think that's the future, right? To
Yeah,
keep the
yeah.
user all within your app. They can do everything. Um, I think in my mind that's the magic. That's kind of the 0 to 1, the on and off ramp. Once that gets easy to do, then I think that's when crypto really starts taking off. That's our major choke point. So, and that's kind of what in my mind, the future for wallets is being like mini banks and a bank on your phone, basically. So,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, I think wallets are very interesting because that's the way you use crypto, right? That's the way you use Monero or Bitcoin. There's so many components, but as a user, I mean, you got this technology out there. How do you use it? You use it through a wallet. So that's something I kind of did realize in 2016. I mean, I got into Bitcoin in 2013, and then I'm like, how do you actually use this? You know, rather than just going on Coinbase
Yeah.
and just buying Bitcoin,
Yeah.
how do you self custody? How do you receive? How do you sell without some centralized entity the way Bitcoin was meant to be used? So I was at a. Can I? Do you mind if I just ramble?
Please. Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
please.
You should hear us
This is like,
ramble. Yeah. Go ahead.
oh, yeah.
I went to a like a fundraiser type thing for a politician that MoonPay hosted, and the CNBC was there as well, and they were talking about how, you know, with the Trump coin, all these meme coins, there's so much rug pull and this and that. Like people are kind of like tired of the crypto space and kind of scared of it and turned off by it. And they were talking about what should the messaging be now moving forward. And everyone had all these crazy ideas. And I said, let's go back to the basics. Self-custody, permissionless, transfer of value. That's it. That's it. That's what Bitcoin is meant to be. Let's just go back to that and use it the way it's meant to be used. So that was interesting. I got some interesting comments.
Well, God bless you, sir. You're going to say ramble a little bit. That was the most short and concise ramble I've ever heard in my life. That was badass. I don't know. I can't ramble that. When I start talking, you can't get me to shut up, buddy. So you were absolutely wonderful. Well, dude, exactly. And I think the way the world is going, it is the core first principle problems that crypto, blockchain, Cake Wallet, THORChain, others, they all solve. That is the selling point, right? Be your own bank. I mean, come on. The
Exactly.
money you have in a bank is not your money. You need permission to use it. Go ahead, Kenton.
No, I was gonna say this is what I'm trying to help push. You know, the messaging for THORChain. Like THORChain is making crypto cypherpunk again. Like, you know, all the headlines everyone talks about are these ETFs, the treasury companies, you know, futures exchanges. I mean, these are all just paper derivatives, and it's like, I mean, I get it. I want to make money too. We all want to make money. Absolutely. I do think
Yeah.
these things in the long run are good for the space because it brings attention and capital into us. But, you know, for the average pleb, the average crypto person, like, I feel like it's just like the conversation is straight. Like, what happened to the original promise of all this? And why isn't anybody, you know, still talking about this? It's almost like they've given up on it. And they're just happy to kind of, you know, make a quick buck and exit. I'm still here for the revolution, and I believe you guys are too.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's taken a bit of a back seat the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, a new technology, new asset. We're like 16 years old now, I don't know, 15 years old. How old is Bitcoin? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and then you're comparing to, and I said this on another podcast. Let's say you compare it to Apple. You know, when did they go public? 80s, early 80s, late 70s, or when did Microsoft? IBM 50s, Coca-Cola 30s. You look at gold, which has been around for 5,000 years, used as a transfer of value. So it's early. I mean, 16 years is nothing in the whole scheme of things. I mean, this is just the beginning. And I think those first years, you're going to see crazy experiments and just like a free for all Wild West. But I think it's getting better. I think, you know, yesterday I tried to do a wire transfer, and the bank said, okay, you have to call in, you know, and and that frustrates me, right? That I have to call a bank and how did you get this wire information? What is this for? Blah blah blah. But what really frustrates me is crypto companies that don't take crypto payments. And I'm not going to start naming names here, but yeah, this wire transfer was to a crypto company. I'm like, why don't you take Bitcoin or whatever you like?
At least a stable
So
coin.
Yeah.
stablecoin.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, at that same breakfast meeting, I said, can we stop calling stablecoins cryptocurrencies? I said it's the fact that it's issued and backed by somebody is
Yeah.
not the original goal of cryptocurrencies. It's a it's an issued token that lives on a cryptocurrency blockchain, but it's
Yeah.
itself is not a
Yeah.
true cryptocurrency. I don't know if you guys agree to that or
Good,
not.
totally.
The
Good point.
details matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
The
basically
details matter.
it's Venmo, right? So it's just
yeah,
existing TradFi. You're absolutely
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it'll move the dollar more worldwide. I think it'll give access to. I'm pro dollar. I'm pro American, of course. So if we can push that worldwide and continue making the dollar the standard until everyone starts taking Bitcoin or Monero, until
Actually,
then, let's push the stable coins. Yeah.
I agree with you, and I have a theory, Vic. I'm curious what your take is on it. Um, like the promise or the idea originally was that the unbanked are going to adopt Bitcoin, and this new world reserve currency, world's going to be awesome, blah blah blah. And what seems to be in reality, in practice, what's really happening is the unbanked are adopting stable coins. So they'd rather save and hold money in dollars. And so I'm thinking that that the U.S. is going to support the issuance of stablecoins. They want to pimp it out. They want to get them out there because those are buyers of treasuries, and we're going to see dollarization occur around the world because of the unbanked saving in stablecoins, and that's the 0 to 1. That's the actual gateway drug. Is these people getting a wallet to hold a stablecoin? That's the barrier to entry. That's the mental lift that somebody has to go through. Once they have that wallet and stablecoin, to go from that to Bitcoin is a very small lift, and then the rest are crypto and what have you. I'm curious. Do you see it like that? Do you disagree? Being a wallet,
Oh no,
can you add to
I
that?
I I 100% agree. It's I think two things here. One is yeah, the dollar. They view it as a very stable currency, even though it hasn't been stable the last few years. But as and the second thing I was going to say, and they're not maybe going to Bitcoin because of volatility, right? I mean, in 2 3 months, everyone's personal wealth went down almost 50%, and that's really hard for a lot of people, right? They're like, yeah, I'm saving in Bitcoin, and now I'm down. I mean, forget people overseas, even in the U.S. I mean, to see that kind of drawdown in your wealth is massive. Even though the rate of volatility is going down over the last so many years, I mean, in this cycle, if we see this only a 45% drop to 65, we should all be happy. It's better than the 75% drop we saw in the last cycle. So the rate of volatility is going down. So I think what you say is temporary. I agree that it's temporary, and not temporary in just for 6 to 12 months. I'm saying maybe 3 to 5 years, where the Bitcoin volatility gets reduced even more and more, and then people start seeing the problems in the stablecoin. For example, Tether freezing your address or freezing your coins, or. And I think those problems, then people wake up to it. Hey, wait a minute, my money just got frozen. I thought this is safe. This is cryptocurrency. And they'll look at other things that can't be frozen, like Bitcoin, Monero, Zcash, or Litecoin, or other tokens and other coins.
Nice. Do
So
you have any insight? With all your million downloads, is it in the West, North America? Is it all over the world? Is it more in Africa? Do you have any insight into that?
sure. So we don't collect any data. So when you download the app on Google or Apple, it says right there, the data this app collects is zero. So we don't see anything. So the only information we can get is demographic information from the app stores, from Apple and Google. And until about a year, 2 years ago, we're probably like 65% US downloads, and that's changing now. We're probably 50% US. The rest is Western Europe, Canada, Australia, and we're starting to see a lot of downloads in Latin and South America. But today we're 50% US
Okay.
based. The other interesting thing I really, I find interesting in Cake Wallet is the swaps, and our swap partners can give us data as like when things happen and all that. Most of the activity we still see on the swap side is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. US Eastern,
Huh.
which I think is super interesting. Unless somebody, in Kazakhstan is trading at midnight. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I find really interesting. So I think crypto is still a very Western world concept. And that's itself is interesting because the people who really need it aren't people in the U.S.
Right.
People
Yeah.
that are
Right.
unbanked, like you said earlier,
Yeah.
sitting in maybe in Africa or Eastern Europe or South America. But it's changing. Like I said, we were like 65% download U.S. and now we're probably 50%. So it's spreading out. It seems to be.
Yeah. Do you guys like? Do you do marketing or advertising? Like, is it just your reach just happens to be in the U.S. That's why you get more U.S. users, or is it all organic? This is just what's happening naturally.
We do marketing. We market on Apple App Store. Google won't let us because they say we're a financial firm and they want to see licenses. I'm like, what are you talking about? We don't custody any money. We don't hold anything. So which is, I guess they need to update that. We advertise on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. We attend a lot of conferences. This year we're really packed. We're going to Bitcoin Vegas, Bitcoin Amsterdam, Bitcoin Prague, some other Bitcoin ones I don't remember. We're going to ETHCC. Of course, we were just at Monerotopia last week. We're going to be at MoneroCon in Poland in the summer. I'm forgetting about it. You're gonna see us at a lot of places this year. And we're at the Bitcoin conferences. We're really gonna push our Lightning, which we're really excited about.
Nice.
So it should be
Nice.
fun. Yeah.
Oh,
As I say, we're gonna be everyone's Lightning wallet for sure. Once you try this out, you're gonna be like, okay, this is it.
I do want a good one. Lightning has been. I actually use Wasabi Wallet. I mean, I only have like $50 on it, but it just drives me
That's good.
nuts. Like you got to put it on your email. And I had Phoenix, but then something happened.
They
'Cause
left the U.S. or something.
yeah, they had to turn it
And they're
off.
back.
Now they're back or something. Yeah. So it's good. I need a good Lightning wallet.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Vic. So you mentioned before you guys don't collect any data. People can use their own nodes, whatever. You don't have to use a Cake Wallet node. If you're supporting Lightning, are you guys gonna be running a Lightning node? Like,
So we're using it's Spark with Breeze. Again, I'm probably not the right person to talk about the technicalities of it, but Spark Labs. I'm going to be doing a X Space with them later this week, with them and Breeze. Breeze built an SDK using Spark, Breeze Wallet,
I
and so we
don't
worked
actually.
with them.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we worked with them to implement that into Cake. It is self custody. You get your seed, you can restore it, you can transfer anywhere, anytime. There's no risk there.
Cool. And what about is there is Lightning private or like can then this is one thing I'm a bit confused on. Can't the nodes on the Lightning network can't they see all your transactions?
Yeah, I guess I mean, Bitcoiners make the argument that it's you don't need Monero because Lightning's private enough. So I guess it's more private than L1 Bitcoin, but not Zcash or Monero level privacy,
Yeah.
or even Litecoin and Web. If you want to use Bitcoin L1, use PayJoin that we have, or use silent payments that we have in Cake Wallet, which will give you some additional level of privacy. Again, nothing like a private coin, but better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Lightning is just I use it just for convenience. I'm not
Yeah.
like it's just fun to pay for stuff in it, and yeah, that's why like I use Wasabi Wallet. I'm like, oh, whatever, just get my email, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah. And that's what
So
people are like. "Oh, I can't buy coffee with a cup of coffee, with Bitcoin." Well, Lightning allows you to do that, and
yeah,
you can use it on the go super fast.
yeah.
Yeah, there's haters for everything.
But it's, I mean, I do think it's, I mean, I keep hearing Lightning isn't working, is done, it's not going to grow. I hear other people telling me that's wrong. But like
Yeah.
from my experience, like, well, it's helping people get into Bitcoin. So I'm in Grand Cayman, and a friend of mine, orange pilled the local whiskey bar here. It's called Cask, and
Cool.
so they got a Lightning wallet, and they accept payment in Bitcoin. And we go there. We have our monthly meetups, and we go hang out there, and we all pay in
Oh,
Bitcoin.
nice.
Yeah, and the owner, he'll actually join the meetup and hang out. He has questions, and he's using, I mean, he's not making a lot of money off this, but it's just his way of stacking sats, right? He doesn't cash out. He just keeps accumulating the Bitcoin. And I'm like,
Great.
this is how this movement got going in the first place, was people at meetups and sharing with it, and hey, you should try it and use this. So download a wallet. I'll send you a Bitcoin, and it that's what grew this whole industry and this whole movement. I'm still seeing that happen, and if Lightning helps make that happen, great, right? You know, it's
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. We can't keep fighting and pushing for perfection, you know. Let this grow. Let this grow. Let people experiment, use it the way they want to. It's not going to be, your principles, you know. When I say your, I'm speaking in general, you. Um, by the way, that reminds me, I have to go down to, PubKey. Have you been to PubKey in New York?
I've been there once.
So late last year, I became an investor in it, but I'm supposed to go record myself paying for a burger with Cake Wallet Lightning. I don't, I got a message this morning for the marketing team. Can you go to PubKey and record yourself paying for a burger
Hopefully, you do better than
with
Trump
Lightning?
did. I hope yours goes better.
Then what? No, Trump did. Yeah,
You remember when Trump tried to do it? It
yeah,
was yeah,
exactly.
a
Yeah.
little technical
Well,
difficulty there.
somebody was else doing it for him and just
Yeah,
showing him. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But it's good. It's good publicity, I think, for Bitcoin and for PubKey. So that was good. Um, Maybe I'll
Nice.
do that tonight or something. I'll see what's happening.
So you think a few weeks then, hey? Or is it for
For for what?
when's
For
Lightning live on
Lightning?
Cake Wallet? When will we be able to use it?
It's it's live in beta. I'll send you guys the links. You can try it
Cool.
out and reserve your names.
Okay.
If beta goes well, I think this coming Thursday or so we should release it.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, I'm on this podcast with Roy from Breeze and David Marcus from Spark. Um, so either we release it during the podcast or maybe like right before it. Yeah.
Awesome. There you go, THORChain audience. Some alpha for you guys. There you go.
There you go.
Sweet. Looking forward to it.
Cool.
So, Patreon,
Yeah. So
Denny, I've
before,
been chatting this whole time. I've been hogging the conversation.
No, it's good.
So,
I just want to make sure that I'm not being aloof to verbal cues. Vic, when you said you had to go do that, do you have to leave soon, or
no, no, no,
or
no,
do you
no,
have?
no.
Oh, okay, okay,
Sometime
cool.
this weekend or over the next couple of days.
Oh,
Before
gotcha, gotcha,
Thursday.
gotcha.
Yeah, before Thursday. Yeah.
Perfect, awesome. So yeah, I did have I did want to. So I was curious. Is in the very beginning of the space, you did say, of course, you started with Monero, which is fantastic, and you're seeing the most common swaps between Monero and Bitcoin. I was wondering, what provider do you use for that, and what's your experience been
So we
like?
have I think we have 13 or 15 providers, and then within
Oh,
those providers, they're aggregators. So we probably have like over 20 or something. So we just pull
wow.
the best rate, for the user.
okay.
But the
And have you
popular
ever had any problems at all with that, or any issues, or it's been pretty seamless?
no, it's been pretty seamless, and Cake Wallet does a lot of swaps. I'll be honest with you guys. So all these providers want to be in Cake Wallet. So I think because they get a lot of business, so I think they behave. um, no
That's
major
interesting.
problems. Yeah, no major problems so far. But the biggest, Trocador is a big provider for us. I mean, they're an aggregator, but they're very popular. Change Now, Exolix, those are all huge. StealthX. We put an Exo Swap, which is an aggregator of Exodus wallets, so they're quite popular. I'd say they're probably the most popular. Let's Exchange. Near, obviously, ever since we added Zcash, Near Intense has been hot. Jupiter, we put in Jupiter Exchange for Solana. That's growing. Uh, I'd like to get more decentralized
Uh,
exchanges in. I mean, we're looking forward to Sarai. You heard of Sarai,
yep.
Luke Parker. He's building Sarai. Actually, I had the party here, 2, 3 years ago when he first to announce his and demonstrate what he's doing. We're looking forward to that. That should be quite interesting.
So like Denny,
Yeah, as we are.
weren't you kind of alluding to like all those names you mentioned, Vic? Like, aren't they all like technically
They're all centralized.
centralized at some point?
Yeah.
So, have they ever like censored or blocked or frozen a trade on a Cake Wallet user? Has that ever been an issue?
I think out of the millions of trades that they've done over the last 8 years, I've probably heard of 2 or 3 cases. And even then, we were able to say, hey, if you don't want to deal with these people, just return their money. And, unless there's something like majorly wrong, which I've probably maybe heard of only one case where like law enforcement is involved, or with the not even with Cake Wallet, but with the exchange,
Yeah.
and they're blocking some payment or something. But it's like I said, maybe only one case I've heard about. But yeah, I mean,
I
keeps
really
growing
liked.
every day, every month. Yeah.
That's great. I love that, and I love what you said earlier. That's interesting game theory coming from you have like a bird's eye view of all these centralized players. They want to behave, right? There is a strong incentive for them not to take funds because the reputational hit and the
Exactly.
potential lack of support from people like Cake Wallet, organizations like Cake Wallet. So yeah, behave, everybody. That's all I can say.
And we also keep track of or test out routinely is a user getting the rate that was advertised. That's a huge thing for us
Yes.
because we take the hit, right? I mean, users come back and say, I got ripped off by Cake Wallet or
Right.
something, rather than it's not us. We're just a storefront, right? So we keep a very close eye on that the estimate you're giving and what you're actually getting have to be super, super close to
I
not
feel
the
like
same thing.
Right.
we got to
Yeah.
refresh our relationship because I think that's one thing THORChain our quotes are very very tight to reality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, I use THORChain on my own, maybe not through Cake Wallet, but I'll go to the website and use it. Yeah. So let's figure out what the problem was and let's get it fixed. I'd love to have that working again.
so that was Vic doing these multi-million-dollar swaps these last few weeks. Then you know who it was.
Oh, doxed.
End this interview
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Is this live? If it isn't, you can cut that out. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Well, so, okay. Yeah, that's something that we are really just harping on because, and I'm curious on their perspective on this is like what the quote says in the actual execution, because as an industry, we have to get this right, right? If you have like a DEX aggregator or something that's fudging the numbers or whatever, or a particular provider, that's really bad to honest competition, and it sets the incentive for everyone to fudge your quote because that's the only way you can compete. So I love the fact that you guys are proactive on this because this is something Kenton and I talk all the time, right? Like we have to provide for our customers. And if we're going to be taken serious as an industry, our infrastructure has to be legit.
Yeah, and we've kicked people off. We've kicked exchanges off where we thought, okay, they've been consistently screwing the user, so we say, okay, and then they make up excuses. Oh no, we had a bad code or somebody. I'm like, no.
Okay, you guys, you just heard it from the visionary himself. This is a great endorsement of Cake Wallet. They are looking out for you. So guys,
100%.
if you are looking for a wallet, you want to experiment, Cake Wallet is an excellent resource. You guys, it's cakewallet.com, right? Vic, I'm pretty sure cakewallet.com. Give it a shot, you guys. I mean, and like I said, anecdote, I don't give people false praise. I hate when people do that. I'm not trying to kiss anyone's ass here. I met Vic in 2022. The guy was very warm, very supportive of THORChain. He was open to all my ideas and ethos. Is a solid person and is a solid team, you guys. You just heard it from himself. You cannot fake being genuine. We have this internal monologue, these mechanisms where if someone's being fake or they're being squirrely, we're just like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? The guy's legit. He's a warrior. If you guys don't know the ethos of your own wallet, consider giving Cake Wallet a shot. That's all I can say, Vic. That's fantastic. You've just answered the questions we've had perfectly.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of you. You're the kind of guy we need to support, right? Like this is the team. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So
it.
it's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
a wallet that has all the privacy tokens, I mean, it speaks volumes, right? It really goes to show what you guys are about. It's actually, no, I say this out loud, it's a real shame that the other wallets don't do this. Like, that this should be the like, I understand prioritizing Bitcoin or Ethereum, but after that, these privacy coins should be like, next on the list. They're important.
Actually, after Lightning is released to the public this Wednesday or Thursday, I think we were the only, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only multi-coin wallet with Lightning and privacy coins altogether.
Wow.
I believe it. Yeah,
I believe it too.
Because most of these Lightning wallets they're just Lightning, right? Just Bitcoin. There's not even Ethereum or anything. I don't think, right? It's, yeah. No, that'd be cool.
So what do you think? Should we come out with a Bitcoin only wallet?
It sounds like it's already possible if you guys can just, for the maxis out there, you just unselect everything else. Cake Wallets got you, baby. They got you. You're good. You want to be a little maxi in your little maxi corner and maximize your maximalisms, then maximize yourself. I don't care. That's you guys got it down, man. You're making all the right decisions.
Don't encourage them. I think Bitcoin maximalism is a bug, not a feature. I don't think that it helps us at all. I think it hurts us.
It's so true.
So
well, they're going to find out when reality hits, right? When you're trying to interact with the world and the rest of the people move on using stables or privacy coins or whatever it is, you cannot be a maximalist and function.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just not going to be pragmatic.
I'm positive
in a multi-coin world.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm positive
Sorry, Kenton.
if Satoshi was alive, he would not be a maxi. I don't believe. I think it's a very small mindset.
Yeah, I mean, I think like when early days when Bitcoin came out, to look into it and to see the value in it, you had to be an open-minded person, right? You're open to new things, you're open to new technologies, and look at things, especially in terms of value, in a different way like we did in the last 10,000 years, right? Bitcoin completely changed that. And then to just get stuck on that one thing, I don't get it. If you were already that type of person, you would be open, continue to be open to new things and new technologies and new way of doing things and break old norms. And Bitcoin being one of them, that, old norms that can be changed, can be looked at in different ways.
Are you friends? Do you know Trace Mayer?
Not personally, no.
So I did know him do know him personally, and I mean he was a huge one of the OG Bitcoiners, and when MWeb came along for Litecoin, he was he's a big privacy nut, and so he was really into it, and the Bitcoiners just totally like excommunicated him, and I'm like, man, like this is a guy who's open, like you're saying, open-minded and curious and like totally pro-freedom, pro-privacy, and he's experimenting something new, and they just, they shunned them. They just kicked them out of the community, basically. And it's like, man, like, we owe a lot to guys like Trace Mayer, helping get the Bitcoin movement going, and this is how he's repaid, and it's a shame.
Yep. I agree. What are you going to do? I think there's enough people keeping the movement going, though.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
100%.
Okay, Denny, you had to...
Yeah, I just had to go drink 15 gallons of coffee this morning, so, you have to... I had to do something between me and Jesus, you know what I mean? So it's done now. We're doing well. I'm back. I'm feeling spicy.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in my chair like...
So, Vic, is there anything else about Cake Wallet you want to go over, or anything else you're working on, maybe outside of Cake Wallet? Anything any interesting or something you want to talk about?
I mean, I do have a secret app that I'm working on, but that's not going to be out for probably a month or so. But it's going to be. I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be a game changer. It's going to rock the
Alpha?
Bitcoin world. Huh?
Alpha? You about to drop some alpha,
but
or you got to keep it cagey? It's okay if you got to keep it cagey.
yeah,
But
yeah, I can't. I don't
alpha?
want to. I don't want to talk about it. It might be controversial. I don't know. Let's see. But I'm pretty excited about it. But for Cake Wallet, I mean, like I said, look for Lightning this week, which we're really excited about. The team really came together, and it's a new UI as well. So we hadn't changed the UI for like 4 years. So it's totally new, totally ramped up, beefed up, slick. We're quite excited about it. Then we're gonna continue adding hardware wallets. We're gonna keep improving our desktop wallets. We're gonna, like all the stuff you guys said, earn and borrow, and hopefully we'll get THORChain turned back on.
Yeah.
That would be great. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
So your side project, is this like a solo thing for Vic, or is this
Oh, I
within
shouldn't
Cake
have brought
Wallet?
it up.
Is this
I haven't decided yet.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm glad you brought it up because
But it's Bitcoin related. I'll give you that much. It's Bitcoin related.
okay.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. Well, here's the thing, man. If people look, you're a visionary, bro. That's just what you are. That's how you're wired. And so no one should be surprised that you're going to be trying new things and fixing more problems. You know what I mean? You start with the XMR wallet, Cake Wallet, and it's morphed into this amazing product. Yeah, you just keep on doing things and keep shaping the world. That's your MO. That's what you do. So if you guys are not following Vic on X, actually, would you like to share your handle real quick, Vic, so if people want to follow you? I want to make sure.
Yeah, it's my first name Vikrant NYC, VIKRANT NYC.
Oh shoot, you're going too fast. Can you spell it? I'll type it out. How do you spell it?
Sure, VIKRANT
Yeah.
NYC, like New York City. So it's my first name Vikrant NYC. There we go.
Perfect.
Hey, somebody in the public chat asked, request to add decoy wallet pin.
Yeah. I'll show
So
that.
we don't have a decoy wallet pin, but we do have a duress pin. So you can have a secondary pin, you put that in, everything will get erased. But a lot of our users are saying in addition to that, they want a decoy wallet. So you can have another set of wallets which has, a couple bucks in there, so it looks like you have something in there. So that's on our roadmap. We'll get it in there.
Yeah,
Cool.
that is something that I've heard a lot of feedback. I won't say, I'm going to respect, but there's one wallet where if you're under duress, you type in a code and it has a separate internal wallet with some assets on it, and you can just surrender that. And that seemed like a pretty cool feature,
Yeah.
So
That is
yeah,
cool.
definitely.
Yeah.
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 Right now, it just erases everything. But I do agree that a decoy wallet would be useful as well, maybe even more useful.
Yeah, because if it just erases it, the thief is still angry and probably
Yeah.
still want to beat you up or whatever. But at least if you give him a few $100s, then he's satiated. And
Exactly.
yeah.
But then again, if they know this app has such a thing as a decoy, you can still
Yeah,
get tortured.
it depends on the sophistication. I think the criminals, I mean, some are sophisticated, but some, they just give me your crypto. They're not,
Yeah.
there's so many walls to know, you know what I mean? If you give them something, they've got that euphoria of, I got something, and then they book it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, true,
it's,
true.
I think I agree with you, Patriot. Yeah. If the criminal is that smart, you'd probably be working on a more intelligent crime too than just
yeah,
robbing you at gunpoint.
Hitting you over the head on the street.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the people who scrawl the graffiti in the bathroom stalls, these are not apex individuals, you know what I mean? I think if there was ever a sign of low IQ, it's when you go into a stall in a public area and you see something carved into the thing. You can't even read it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the person who has even lower IQ is someone who responds with their own little graffiti to the graffiti. Like the guys that'll come back and there's going to be like some.
Yeah.
I just look at it like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible.
For Manly Love, be here at 2:15 a.m.
Yikes.
March 7, 2026. For Dumb and Dumber. Remember when he's goes
Yeah.
to the bathroom
Yeah.
and then Seabass comes in.
Yeah, I love they have like they yell at each other like you bleep bleep. No, you're a bleep bleep, and it's like this just goes down the it's a tiered conversation like and you can tell like each individual it's like a separate individual. It's like oh my
Yeah.
gosh, really?
And it is something when you're sitting in there, I guess. Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I just gross to touch the wall. You know what I mean? Oh man.
Well, seems like we're kind of starting to ramble here. Should we wrap it up,
Yeah.
Vic? And
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go to
Hey,
KQuality.com, download, give us your feedback. That'd be great.
100%. Looking forward to using your Lightning wallet. Yeah, really glad we had to.
And yeah, and Vic, if you could just hang just a quick second after we close the interview, just so it uploads on the Riverside point. I always forget to tell people to say that. Sorry about that. But
No problem.
yeah, okay. And if nothing else, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Sound good?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to be releasing clips of this, you guys. We're going to be putting this a lot. This has been an absolutely awesome interview. It's a pleasure to talk to you, Vic, someone who is, again, you're an innovative thinker, a revolutionary. It is so funny to think, right? And it almost feels like a little bit of narcissism to think that, we're like something super huge, but it's true. Like this is the very beginning of the most revolutionary industry in the world, and you are someone who is at the forefront of that. You are a forward thinker. You are constantly challenging norms. You are trying to break things, not just break it to destroy, but to build back better, right? It's just incredible what you're doing, man. So thank you so very, very much for coming on the show. It was just a delight to talk to you, bro.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for the kind words. Really, really means a lot.
Words are only kind for me if they're deserved, and you have deserved them 100%, brother. So thank you. Okay, guys. So this has been a wonderful show with Cakewallet. Just remember, guys, the views expressed are solely those of the hosts and guests. Any action taken based on this information is at your own risk. Past performance is not indicative of future results. I know I love Cakewallet, so I'm going to take that risk. That's all I can say, you guys. This next week, you guys, on Saturday, we're going to have Liquify, the team. They're going to be node operators and THORChain infrastructure. So we're really looking forward to talking to them. I've met them in person, too. Great team, you guys. So I hope you guys have got something out of this. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us today. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye now.